Hello travelers, welcome to the Copper Fox Inn. Come on in, take a seat, and join us as we discuss homebrew for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. My name is Bean, the Human Bard, and I am joined today by...
Bean, the Tiefling Wizard.
And I'm Onog, the Rock Gnome Rogue.
And we've got a guest with us today. Who have you brought, Onog?
This is my friend who I found.
Hi. I'm not sure of what my name is. But it's nice to be here. It's very familiar in a way. Did you guys say that you had beans or something? Were we eating beans?
No,
today?
sorry, my name's Bean, and this is my friend Bean. And this is our friend Onog. He's
My name used to be Bean. I had it legally changed.
Yeah. It was too confusing because if you have to pick one, you're either Bean or you're a Rock Gnome Rogue. You can't be both.
Yeah.
That would be ridiculous.
I feel like we should just all introduce ourselves again. But Onog, I feel like you should use your original name this time.
Okay.
Okay. My name is Bean, the Human Bard. I am joined today by
Bean, the Tiefling Wizard.
And Bean, the Half-Orc Barbarian.
When you said the third Bean, the curse has been broken! I remember it all! I remember everything now. Bean, our friend! Bean, where have you been? We've missed you so. What happened?
Wait.
It's like a fog has been lifted on my mind.
I just remember trying to get people's attention and they wouldn't look at me. And
That's every week you've been here.
But more than normal. And now that I'm here, I remember my name. My name is...
This is the best joke we've ever done.
Sorry, I keep trying... Is that my name?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Bean the Rock Gnome Rogue. That's what I remember it being.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sound it makes.
Yeah, definitely.
Guys,
That's what it felt like my mouth was saying.
We need to be more careful with the tomes we bring back from our travels.
No. You need to be more careful with the tomes you bring
I don't
back.
know,
I have
Onog.
brought no tomes.
This sounds like a segue to me.
Speaking of tomes we've brought back from our travels, look
yeah.
what I have.
Here we
Oh,
go.
mercy. What'd you bring this week?
Here is a player raise.
Oh, you made a new friend out in the wild?
Yeah. So here's the tome about him, and here he is.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello there. Who are you?
Hello. My name is...
It's okay, I have
just
trouble with my name too.
Looks at names section.
My name is Bilf Cleanfur.
Hello, Bill.
I am an Ahkin. I am very small, as you can see.
You remind me very much of a friend I once had named Matthias.
I've been told that quite a lot in the comment section.
Oh, yes. Well, you're very adorable. A small, what color would you say? Sort of a mousy brown, furred rodent.
Bilf can read the comment section?
Yeah, this is my friend. So I met an Ahkin out on my travels. This was created by user Silvercake on r/Unearthed Arcana, and the art is by Vance Kovacs, which is adorable.
I believe it may...
Thank you very much.
It may actually be Redwall art. It looks like it. Too.
Yeah, that looks very Redwall.
So interestingly, in the comments of this on Reddit, the creator of this, Silvercake, had never heard of Redwall when they made this. And then everyone was like, oh, Matthias.
Yeah. Well, parallel thinking and
It
whatnot.
happens, yeah.
Well, and it's also one of those things where Redwall has been so... I've never read or done anything with Redwall. I know about it.
It's good. I read a lot of it in elementary and junior high school. It's good stuff.
Yeah. But it's one of those things where a mouse warrior trope in...
Yeah.
I mean, Reepicheep is the classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Reepicheep, Secrets of Nim, that's just the
ever-
thing that's in the
Despero.
zeitgeist, you know?
Did you guys ever see the old BBC made-for-TV version of the Chronicles of Narnia.
Absolutely.
With the just human-sized Reepicheep in a man in a suit, in a furry suit.
Well, I remember the beavers from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and they're just these enormous monsters.
In the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, or Prince Caspian, whichever one Reepicheep shows up in first, he's awful to behold.
It is a nightmare.
His dark visage.
Hold on, guys. We've been so rude to Bill and Ahkin, right?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Why did you pick Bill?
Ahkin, I'm so sorry. Ahkin, I have the higher ground.
My name is Bill.
Let's get you.
Call me Bill.
Oh, let's get you a stool, a higher stool, so you can be up at the table with us here.
I don't like this stool. It's coarse and rough, and they're everywhere.
This is a travesty. This whole episode
is a train wreck.
There's a lot of sand on that stool.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, man, the bean missing arc was not my favorite. It got real off the rails.
The climax
Yes,
of
that was an arc that we
wow.
carefully planned out, not a miscommunication of schedule.
No, yes. I like, though, that Bean, you tried your very best to make an Ahkin joke, but you never actually said Ahkin together next to each other. You just kept saying, Bilf the Ahkin.
No. See, Ahkin makes sense, and I hadn't thought of that.
You didn't think.
I was just thinking.
To use the segue that Bean so blatantly misused, we're ignoring our Ahkin friend here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Bill. What makes you an Ahkin special? What is there about you that makes you you?
Oh, well, as you can see here, it's all written
You're
down
gonna have to speak up a little bit for the microphone. I'm sorry.
As you can see here, it's all written down on this scroll.
Oh yes, thank you. Let's read the flavor text, shall we? Keep an eye on Half-Paw, Ida, Farron said softly. Oh, I'm sorry. Keep an eye on Half-Paw, Ida, Farron said softly, looking at the lean Ahkin that accompanied them. It hadn't taken long for Farron to notice that whenever there was a fight, their Ahkin friend would scurry off into the tall underbrush to hide. But her ability to lead them safely through the gray wilds had more than made up for her cowardice. Ahkin are a hardy people, surviving under circumstances that would crush a less resilient people. They live in the highest of mountains, the deepest of caves, and among the great flatlands.
Okay.
As you can clearly see, they are small and light. With their small size and slender frame, Ahkin appear almost sickly to most humans and to members of many other races. Ranging in size from 3 to 5 feet tall at their tallest, many Ahkin could be confused for a child by members of other races.
Oh no, they are like 5 feet tall. That is some real Reepicheep territory.
Yeah.
That is nightmare Reepicheep
I was
range.
picturing normal mouse size.
No. They're
I'm
big
like-
boys.
Oh no.
2 feet 3/4. Like I'm like 2 feet.
So Bilf
10
is
inches
taller
tall.
than you? Well, now that I see you next to each other, yeah, Bilf is much taller than you.
I guess I just sort of made some assumptions. I am realizing I've just been looking at Bilf's ear the whole time.
I've just been looking at a regular mouse on the table this whole time.
Oh gosh! I didn't look up. Oh hi.
I do want to clarify. The author said in the post that this is a rat player race as opposed to a mouse player race.
That's
That's the description of them being like slim. You know, so this is supposed to be a playable race of Ratfolk.
So even more of a Reepicheep.
Yeah, even more of a Reepicheep.
Because I believe he is a rat.
Is he a rat, not a
He
mouse?
has a rat's tail.
Yeah.
I think because that's why it's Reepicheep.
Well, and
because
because he's like I don't know, is it
Meepicheep?
like
Mouse
rats on
goats.
ships
Not
kind of a
Meepicheep.
thing.
Yeah, he's a rat on a ship.
Yeah. All right. To get into grimmer territory, quick-lived.
Oh no.
I know. Ahkin live short lives, living to just over 60 years.
Short?
Which isn't that short, really.
I thought I was going to say like 10.
They can be 5 feet tall?
Yeah, ranging from 3 to 5 feet tall. I feel like the way they say 3 to 5 feet tall at their tallest, though, that almost makes it sound like saying humans range from like 4
humans
to
can
8
be
feet
7
tall,
feet
but it's
tall,
like
yeah.
most people aren't 8 feet tall, you know?
That's
So if you're
true.
5 feet tall, you're like the Shaquille O'Neal
Exactly.
of
So
Ahkin.
most Ahkin are probably like, I'd say like 3.5, 4 feet tall, which is pretty small. That's like kid-sized.
Shaquille
Still, that's quite a range.
Shaquille Squeal?
Yep.
Squeal I can't get there on this one.
No,
All
you
right.
had it. You had it.
Squeak.
You struck
Squeak.
gold and then you kept digging.
Squeak wheel?
Mouseic Johnson.
Oh, Mousik John, not bad.
All right, so living just over 60 years, giving them a drive to do and see what other longer-lived races do not. They also reach maturity at the age of 4, giving them ample time to find what they want out of life.
Yeah. But they live over 60 years, but they mature at the age of 4?
They find that the tendency of longer-lived races to settle down in one spot for years at a time, boring and a waste of time. Ahkin are doers, and you will often find them busy traveling or trading or whatever else strikes their fancy. If they are going to do it, they do it well until it no longer holds their interest.
Am I an Ahkin?
Bilf, could you list for us some of the names of members of your family and friends?
Oh, yes, of course. Common forenames include Reap, Varin, Lif, Bilf, like myself, Pip, June, Gerund, Untith, and Otis. Popular surnames are Half-Paw, Clean Fur, Sharp Ear, Quickfoot, Little Paw, and White Eye. My voice has changed a bit over the course of this, but, I took a lozenge, that's all.
I am realizing also that his name is Bilf with a TH.
Yes.
Isn't that even better?
And
Bilf?
not Bilf like a different sort of conglomeration of letters that I was thinking.
Yeah, I get what you're going with, Bean.
It's almost as if they're almost sonorously indistinguishable.
Yeah, that's why I kept cracking up so much.
We all know that BILF stands for Bean I'd Like to Forget. That's what happened over these past couple episodes. You became a BILF.
No.
Oh my gosh.
We can't. Okay, we'll move on.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to kill myself.
Let's get hashtag Bilf trending. All right. Now let's get into the meat of this here. Ahkin traits.
The mechanics.
The Ahkin character has the following racial traits. Ability score increase. Your intelligence score increases by 2. Age. Ahkin mature rapidly, reaching adulthood at the age of 4 and living to 60. Alignment. Ahkin don't tend towards any side on law and chaos, though Hill Ahkin tend to be more chaotic than their brothers in the plains. They are often neutral, seeing both good and evil as part of life, but not one to concern themselves with.
Okay, fair enough.
It is what it is.
I have no morals.
I did what I had to do to survive.
Yikes.
I mean, that's the life of a rat.
That's the life of a rat.
Right? Size. Ahkin vary in size from 3 to 5 feet tall. Your size is small. Speed. Your base walking speed is 30 feet. Pretty standard.
But still, I gotta talk about that 3 to 5. That is such a huge variety for a species.
It's 2 feet.
That's 2 feet. That's also like 50 to 100% more mass than someone who's like 3 feet tall.
Relatively,
like you are literally
intense.
200% more mouse.
That's fair.
That is fair.
I mean, without going into some of the more outlier statistics, humans can very easily be anywhere from like 4 feet to 7 feet tall.
That's true.
That's fair. If you've ever seen photographs of like fans or cheerleaders next to professional basketball players, and you're just like, oh, I didn't realize.
That's true. That's fair. So their base walking speed is 30, which, depending on the small creature, some of them have 30, some of them have 25.
Most of them have
and
25. I
85.
think the only one that has 30 are goblins.
All right, keen senses. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell. Ahkin resistance. You have advantage on saving throws against diseases. Claws. Your claws are natural weapons, which you can use to make unarmed strikes. If you hit with them, you deal slashing damage equal to 1d4 plus your strength modifier, instead of the bludgeoning damage normal for an unarmed strike. Sure.
Okay.
Languages. You can speak, read, and write Common, Ahkin, and a language of your choice. Subraces. Ahkin are split into 3 main subraces. Hill Ahkin, Plains Ahkin, and Deep or Cave Ahkin. Though other subraces exist, these are the most common.
Okay.
We're not here to talk about
So
those.
the slippery, spicy, and the chunky.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
put
not
that.
here to talk about those
Yes.
urban
100%.
street Ahkins, you know.
The urban Og. We're not here to talk about the bottom of the sea. Moroccans.
Wait, Moroccans?
Moroccan.
Moroccans.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay. As a Hill Ahkin, you are fierce and territorial. You have fought hard to earn what you have, and you are not going to give it up easily. These are the chonky boys, it seems. Mm-hmm. Ability score increase. Your strength score increases by 1. Sure-footed, you gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed.
Ooh.
Skill proficiency, you gain proficiency in either intimidation or athletics.
Okay.
Definitely chonky boys. Fury of the Small!
Oh, they have
Hey, I
Fury
know
of the
that
Small.
one.
That's a real one.
Yeah!
Yeah.
When you damage a creature with an attack or a spell and the creature's size is larger than yours, you can cause the attack or spell to deal extra damage to the creature. The extra damage equals your level. Once you use this trait, you can't use it again until you finish a short or long rest.
So these are like goblin-y
They're
ones.
kind of goblin-y.
These are
Yeah.
chunky goblin boys.
But they're fluffy and cute.
Cuter than goblins because they're rats.
Wraith. Plains Ahkin. This, I think these ones are really fun. These are the ones that inspired the race, as
Like,
the
initially?
creator said in the comments.
Okay. So this is like the supposed
OG.
default.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that they said that they thought of and then wanted to, make a whole race out of
Expand
it.
upon. Cool.
As a Plains Ahkin, you know the value of your own life far outweighs anything else you have. Food and sword can be replaced, but child or mate cannot. As such, many Plains Ahkins scamper into cover at the first sign of danger. Though they may scatter at the first signs of danger, Plain Ahkin make great guides through uncharted lands, as their sense for danger and knack for survival allow them to quickly find the safest route to their destination, or guide them to safety. Ability score increase. Your dexterity score increases by 1. Skill proficiency. You gain proficiency in survival. That seems appropriate.
Fair enough.
And they have the ability Scamper.
Although I would have accepted stealth.
Yeah. Scamper. Your reflexes are honed to the movements of potential threats. You can move up to half your speed as a reaction when an enemy gets within 5 feet of you. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. You may use this feature once per long rest.
I love that. That's such a rat thing.
That is. That's a very good rat thing.
These ones are fun because they feel like rats to me
Rats.
the most, which I really enjoy.
So this is just on a wonderful, like, I just want to commend the creator for the flavoring, because
My
a lot of
compliments to the chef.
yeah, my compliments to the chef on the spice. A lot of these abilities are just straight up goblin abilities. Like, that's I don't know if that's explicitly a goblin, but that's at least in past iterations or in different things, like that reaction to be able to move out of the way when something threatens you is a very goblin ability. But they have taken this and they've added a flavor on top of it that makes it so distinctly its own. Even though we're like, oh yeah, like the goblins, we still have that concept of like, but this is an Ahkin, he's different. They're little mouse boys.
Yeah. This is a
Yeah.
very prime example of building off of something that exists, but distinguishing enough that you're not saying, why wouldn't I just play a goblin?
Yeah, this is different
Because you want
enough.
to be cute and fluffy.
And honestly, that is the thing, is like, variety in mechanics, while good and while important for a diverse game, can be greatly assisted by just variety and flavor, where there's not that much mechanical difference between a goblin and an Ahkin, but if I don't want to play like a monstrous character or a goblin, maybe in the world we're playing in, goblins are a traditionally like evil enemy type or whatever, and I want to play, like, these Ahkin are neutral. They seem to be adventurous and curious and a cute little rat that cleans their fur. Much more adorable and sociable than the idea of, like, a grimy little goblin who's going to steal all the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
Who's going to, like, betray the party to the other goblins or something.
I like that initially they got an intelligence boost too, because rats are smart.
Yeah,
which
rats
I just
are
think
very
was
smart.
a nice little bit there. So the Deep Ahkin is the final subrace. As a Deep Ahkin, you are always pursuing what you want. Maybe a dragon's horde caught your eye, or a drow picked up a weapon you now want. Whatever it is, one thing is certain. You are going to get it. No matter how long you have to plot and plan, you will get what you are after. This is why Deep Ahkin are labeled the most cunning of the Ahkin, because they know that sometimes you have to wait to get what you're really after.
Okay.
So these are the Aaron
sneaky
Burrs
boys.
of the Ahkin.
These are the slippery ones.
Yes.
So ability score increase. Your constitution score increases by 1. The creator had said in the comments, I'm pretty sure that they were thinking about switching that to like stealth or dexterity, I think. But then the one before it was dexterity. So they were going to do some rearranging there in the next iteration of this as they edit and
Editing
update it.
pass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I think makes sense. Makes more sense than constitution.
Yep.
Languages. You can read and write Undercommon. Dark vision. Okay. Accustomed to the dark of caves and the deep underground, you have superior vision in dark and dim conditions. You can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it were dim light. You can't discern color in darkness, only shades of gray. That's just standard dark vision.
The other ones don't have dark vision.
Yeah,
yes, they do not.
Ooh.
Just this fellow.
That it's a sub race calling back to original 3.5 stuff where it's like it wasn't all elves had dark vision or all dwarves had dark vision. It was like only specific kinds of those had dark vision.
Yeah, and I think that's nice. I feel like giving every single player race dark vision forever is like a little bit like what's the it feels like a debuff not to have it as opposed to a buff to have it.
I'm over it. Give me something new. I'm tired of the flavor.
Yeah. So, and they are naturally stealthy. You can attempt to hide even when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you, which is also a pretty normal ability for small creatures to have.
Yeah. Nice.
I think they're fun. I'm curious if you guys think the 3 subraces are balanced, or if you think a few of them are stronger than each other, if you think that needs any work.
Well, like the Hill Ahkin, they get the Fury of the Small, which is a once a rest extra boost in damage. Plains Ahkin get once a rest evasion, and just the Deep Ahkin get dark vision. That's honestly pretty balanced.
Well, and it's what do you want to do with them?
Yeah, what do you want to be?
What are you going to be doing with it? And they are very good. If you're like, oh, but this one's not as strong. It's like, yeah, but also wizards aren't as strong. Like, everything in D&D has its time and place, and this one there isn't. I'm not getting the vibe that like there is obviously like. If I had a friend who was like, I'm playing an Ahkin, which one should I be? I wouldn't have like, oh, don't be this kind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I really enjoy this race. I would want to play it or bring in an NPC if I was running a game just because I think they're fun. It feels like, they're kind of different subgenres of fantasy, and I really enjoy the kind of Redwall, Narnia, friendly animal side of fantasy that there isn't a ton of in D&D. Yeah. So I really enjoy homebrews that bring in more of that.
Just some like awakened beast races.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're fun.
Yeah, that's very cool. I do kind of like that like Silvercake has either intentionally or unintentionally tapped into kind of something I've been noticing with wizards and how they've been handling separate like racial classes or not racial classes but subraces, where they will be very willing to give certain skills inherently, like the Plains Ahkin are proficient in survival, the Hill Ahkin are proficient in intimidation or athletics, but the Deep Ahkin is not proficient in stealth. And that's something I've noticed they've been doing with certain subraces, is that if they want a subrace to have that stealthy feel, they will usually give them situations in which their stealth would be enhanced. Like wood elves have the ability to hide in certain scenarios that other people wouldn't,
like light rain or something.
Yeah, like in natural phenomena, as it says in the book, but they do not gain proficiency in stealth. Deep gnomes have the ability to hide in rocky terrain easier, but they don't have proficiency in stealth. So it's very interesting to me that like Silvercake has picked up on that and kind of implemented it as well in their own subraces.
It's almost more like here's a built-in strategy.
Yeah, here's a strategy you can use or something to incentivize you to behave a certain way, but not just straight up a skill that just goes, you're better at hiding.
I was gonna say it reminds me a little bit of the wizard subclass that I had designed. We talked about the other day, where I didn't want it to have an ability that just said like act like you have madness. I wanted it to have multiple spots in the subclass where it gave you a flavorful reason to be mad or to show off your madness, as opposed to just saying like you get madness points, that you now have these mad like tendencies or whatever. And this is sort of similar, like you're saying, Onag, with that new design space that they're doing a bit more of recently. They give you sort of these situational abilities that will make you feel sneaky more often, as opposed to just saying you get plus 2 to your stealth because that's your proficiency. Because in a general sort of stealth roll, those come and go, and anyone has a chance of succeeding on them if they roll well enough. But not everyone can do this stealthy ability you have.
Abilities are nice because if it's so integral, like if to not be able to do it would make you no longer feel like that character, like that race or something, I think it's better to make it an ability than a stat boost.
A passive stat boost.
Yeah, because an ability will always work. It will always go off, at least to some extent.
As opposed to rolling and, even though you have a +5, sometimes not having it work.
Yeah. Here's my pitch for how to rearrange the stat boosts for the different sub-races.
Sure.
So I would give Deep Ahkin Dexterity instead of Constitution.
Yep.
I would give Hill Ahkin either Strength or Constitution. I think either of those is fine. But then for the Plains Ahkin, the ones who are good at guiding you through different lands and things, I would give them wisdom because that's like survival and a perception and all of that.
I would think Hillocken should get strength because your claw attack has your strength modifier.
Oh, you're
so
right.
it automatically up that.
I think strength would work.
You're right.
I think so.
Which is what they have it as right now. So
yeah,
I agree. That's some good feedback. Thank you so much for bringing that, Mercy, and thank you for introducing your friend to us. What was your name again?
Bilf. Bilf Cleanfur.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for visiting, Bilf. You're welcome to stay in the tavern as long as you need to avoid, what's outside the tavern. But, you're free to go whenever you want. Make sure to grab a commemorative t-shirt. We give them to all the guests on the show. We'll get somebody to contact your people about... You haven't got one? Oh, no. Oh, well, I'm sure we'll find one around for you.
I don't really wear shirts.
Yeah, you kind of just wear that furry
in very
vest.
small.
Yes. Well, I mean, if it would fit you, it would fit B.
If it would fit
It'd be a little big on B, actually.
It is. It's a nightshirt.
You're such a big
shirt.
rat.
I'm a linebacker. Very large for an Ahkin.
All right. Thanks so much. Travelers, if you have any ideas about the Ahkin player race, let us know what they are in the comments below. Send us your homebrew to our email, thecopperfoxinn@gmail.com, or send them to us on social media @thecopperfoxinn. Make sure to like the video and subscribe for future D&D homebrew discussion content. And until next time, do you want to do the honors, Ahkin? Mr. Bill?
Keep on adventuring.
All right. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.